But then I heard what Spice says. This is why you have to always listen to two sides of a story. You never to listen to one and then formulate your opinion on that. All right, viewers and subscriber, welcome. And as the title suggests, we're gonna speak on the whole Spice performing at high schools and the church or the representative or the gentleman who believe that she is not supposed to, based on her job title or based on the job that she does, you know. And I listened to both sides. Spice did an interview, and in the interview talking about, they were saying don't cancel it, still do what you have to do. Now, guys, I want you guys to comment in the comment section for me and tell me, what do you think? Do you believe Spice should be a person that get up in front of a high school or schools in general, and speak to these kids? I'm going to share my opinion on this topic. And for the most part, guys, I'm just going to be honest, and my opinionated viewpoint might be shared by similar thoughts. So this is my thing. The gentleman says Spice is not worthy and fit to be the bearer of these motivation speeches. You understand me? And the reason for that is because she's a dancehall artist and she do provocative things and sing about provocative things, and that's not a role model for the kids of our society. And he believes that, she's not supposed to and all of that. And in Spice's interview, Spice said, well, if you're a Christian, then you should have believed or seen the scriptures of Acts and Luke, as she said, and, Paul and Saul and all of that stuff. And I don't also too much think that's the best example to use. But this is what I think. I'm starting to think if this gentleman has a vendetta against Spice. And the reason why I said that is I was almost going to agree with him, stating that, listen, you can't go to the school and perform these songs. And Spice, he was right about some of the songs she sings, right? But then I heard what Spice says. This is why you have to always listen to two sides of a story. You never to listen to one and then formulate your opinion on that. Or else you're going to be total wrong and you're going to look stupid. And we Jamaicans don't like to apologize when we drag or disrespect someone, especially when they happen to find out that they're dead wrong. So I did listen to this gentleman's side, and I listened to what Spice says. And when I listen to it, it comes to my understanding that I believe that this man probably just don't like Spice, or this man is trying to use this Spice topic for a newfound attention, fame, or the type of preacher who attack this, or and while his narrative could have said, okay, we understand for the kids, role models, all of that, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell you why. Spice is a very intelligent human being. She's educated. She went to a very good high school, one of those high schools where you have to, get good grades for, not just one of them, So even though it doesn't matter, it's what you learn and what you put your mind to. But I want to state that when Spice does an interview, she articulates herself pretty well. She uses certain jargons that if you're not in certain level of, you wouldn't understand. So I'm going to give that to her. And to get to the point of the matter is, I believe Spice said in her interview she is doing a tour not to perform to these kids. And yes, we can use the example about, oh, some of these kids, you want to hear the songs they're singing and these, that, and that. I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is Spice wants to speak with these kids, and it is not about performance. And I saw a gentleman post and said, I bet you Spice was giving away $1 million to each school she stops at, it wouldn't be an issue so much. Maybe it would have for the same gentleman, because he's not benefiting. And also, when you're representing the Lord, you don't try to benefit from profit. So he's just doing his job. I'm not knocking him. I'm just coming to a realization that, does this gentleman know that Spice is not going to perform? Because what he was trying to do is state that her character or morals Now, mind you, if Denzel Washington or The Rock or Kevin Hart or Rambo or Chuck Norris want to make a speech to these schools, would you have had the same rhetoric? And he would have said, no, because they're not this and their morals and no. Spice is not this. Spice is Grace Hamilton, which is different from Spice. And Spice is a character in dancehall, which is not totally her. And why I said that is the way she raised her kids. Now, Spice is a woman that will speak her mind and she will say certain things. And that's just a Jamaican Caribbean in her, which is fine. Defend yourself. But if you look at Spice, you see that she's an entrepreneur. She's a successful businesswoman. We're not talking about musically because a lot of things has been taken from her. She have not achieved what she could have and should have based on what was trying. We're not here to talk about that. But Spice is ideally one of the right person to speak to these young females, young males, anyone, to these kids in school because she's successful, because she's a businesswoman, because she does have morals. And dancehall requires her to act and portray herself in a certain manner. And that's just the job title. We have to accept that. You understand me? Just like when you're an actor and you do action movie and you cut people head off, you shoot people in the movie, that's the character you portray when you're being an actor, right? Or an actress. So I believe that if you're gonna judge it based off the job that she does, your point, I'm not gonna agree with your point. But if she was going to these high school to perform, then I would be on your side, sir. I would be like, okay, Spice, not these songs. And then again, Spice do have songs that don't have to be outrageous songs, but are those the popular ones? So I can understand. But even the example was used, Vibes Cartel. Would you send him to a school to talk to these kids? In the heights of his career, he went to university and talked to them. You see, these entertainers are influential. And these kids want to be like them. A lot of them look to me and say, Seymour, I want to be a YouTuber. And a couple years ago, I'll be like, it's not a title you want, YouTuber. But at the end of the day, they see what I've accumulated from that. Same thing with Spice. We've seen what she's accumulated from dancehall. She has built businesses. She has been successful doing things outside of music. You don't know what she's going to talk to those kids about. They might ask her a musical question because she's known for music, but she might encourage them in becoming an entrepreneur. Encourage them stay in school because she did stay in school. She got a proper education. You understand me? So I believe that it is an attack on Spice in that regards. And if anybody knows CMR, it's not always quick to defend certain things, but I'm always for the right and truth actions. And in this manner, Spice stated she wasn't going to be performing. She wanted to talk to these kids because these kids do need the ones that they look up to tell them, listen, not because I sing skin out and dash out. My sons have to be going to school. They're going, not because I say this, I do operate a business. Not because the music requires certain things and it's all an act, just like movies. And I'm pretty sure you don't judge an artist based on the song they're singing as to how they operate in real life. So I am not going to do that. I can tell you a lot of artists, successful ones, that sing certain songs and their kids are totally different. They're doing businesses, they're doing charitable events, they're doing a lot of stuff. So it is wrong for you to say she's not the right messenger. You understand me? Even though Spice did say, you can't say that because Paul and Saul and all that stuff. But the message that they're spreading in God's word is not, So my thing is this. If you've seen both interviews or videos, Spice and the Gentleman One, what are your thoughts? And I don't want you to just agree because, we're different Spice and them church people are this. No, because I agree on Spice side only because I know that she's not just an entertainer. She's not just the girl who jump on stage and split and dash out. And I'm not for those type of songs constantly. But guess what? When it is what feed her. It is what made her become a businesswoman. It is what made her. She has closed on so many deals in her career that has nothing to do with music. Music might have brought her to the table, but her character, her morals, and who she is helps her to be that strong businesswoman. And I've seen her being successful in in entrepreneurship. You understand me? So she can teach that to the kids. She can tell them how she gained wealth. Because majority of her income, you can't say it's just music. Because music doesn't really pay, especially for the females, unless you get this nice deal. And fair music appear. No, you have to pay her if you come and show them and dash out and thing. But I don't think it's right for us to judge her based off the type of songs she sing. Because then if we are going to do that, then you'd have to say the same about these politicians. You understand me? You'd have to say the same about these businessmen. Because we can find so many immoral and unjust things that they have done to society, to our people, and to, so if we're going to look at it from that perspective, then who is actually the right person to go and talk to these kids? Just the pastor? And even that we can argue, because we have seen many cases where, so my thing is that if it is that she's going to perform these songs that you have a problem with, then I think a lot of us, even our very own fans, would have said, Spice, not them song and it's cool. And remember, Spice performed for adults. Her music is not for kids. Yes, they might have heard it, but it is me as a parent responsibility to ensure that my daughters don't listen to it. And if they listen to it, they know it's just music and nothing else. So I'm not going to sit here and hold her accountable for the type of job that she does unless she kill people. And I could still argue on the point that the guy is making, but I believe that nothing wrong with Spy speaking to these kids. Because just the same when you have a police officer go over there and speak to them, a soldier, a politician, a banker, she's an entertainer, an athlete, all of that stuff. So I believe that it is just an attack on Spice, and not so much Spice, but it can just be a scapegoat move to bring attention to this type of person, and now you're known for this, so you become popular for this, and then you gain fame from it too. Don't be surprised and think that only the worldlians like fame. As human beings, we are driven by certain things. Some of us driven by respect, honor, money, fame, it is whatever. Some people, you have to give them respect. They don't care the amount of money you're giving them. Give them respect. Some people, they don't care about the respect once the money is there. And then some things come together. You get the money, you get the respect, or you get the respect. So I believe this is just another situation where it's just common sense. And these schools shouldn't have an issue. And Spice, if it is you that plans to cancel these schools, or you shouldn't. If you know that you're going to drop these gems on these kids and, talk to them and sit and have a reason with them, because you never know, you might save a few girls who believe. Because listen, not because my daughter wants to do twerk, dance and all of those things means that she's going to be a go-go. She probably likes to dance. You understand me? So it's unfair. And too many times they have target music, dancehall artists, and blame them for certain things, when the very same thing they've watched it on TV stations showing these gun shows, these cannibalistic move and thinking and behaviors. It's a lot of times that I feel like we're just being too judgmental, and we need to come to a realization at some point that, listen, these individuals are influential. And they have contributed to society, not only in a negative way, but positive, because no good goes without a little bad. So even the very same church contribute positively and negatively to society. It's just how we as human beings perceive it and accept it. And how we, if you know, say there's right and there's wrong. And in this case, Spice, she is fit in my eyes to speak to the kids based on her accolades, based on her achievements, being a businesswoman, and just the type of woman she perceives to be outside of music. When it comes down to dancehall, yeah man, Spice, I dash out, a girl with skin out and great. Fine. But look at the woman she is. She raises her son and her daughter, and they're decent human beings. That says it all. I'm not gonna follow the other outside medias, because some of the guys on social medias, they don't really smart, they don't have sense, and they'll listen to one narrative and come to a conclusion as if they're judges and lawyers, or they're the final say so, without listening to both sides of a story. And like I said earlier on, there are two sides, and until I listened both sides, I came to the understanding that when I watched the guy video, I thought that Spice wanted to perform these outrageous songs to the kids. And I was like, oh yes, sir, talk out, yeah man. Tell Spice, say, yo, bre. But then I listened to Spice. And I was like, no, she said she wasn't going to be performing. She didn't even think of, because look at that. Why would she want to go perform to kids when she's performed, her music is for adults? So if I do a movie and it says 18 and above, do I expect a 17 or 15-year-old to go watch it? No, because it's rated R. So if her songs are rated R, then it's for adults. But that doesn't mean she cannot come and speak to these people. And you could argue it and say, okay, so same way somebody will do this, even though them do this in their professional life, you ask them to come talk to the kids though. Like I said, I don't think it's a big deal for Spice to speaking to these kids. She's educated. She understands that Jamaica is in a situation, in a spot where they look up to celebrities, and she can contribute in some shape or form to these kids. Either she tells them how she became an entrepreneur, how she became an artist, what to expect. You know, you never know. And best believe every kid, not every single student in school are going to want to be a lawyer or a doctor or a pastor or an artist. They're gonna have students who want to be artists. You can't tell them nothing. Who wants to be a doctor, who wants to be a lawyer. And you have to remember, every single job in society contributes to society, if that makes sense. Not because you're a doctor or a lawyer, you're more important than the garbage collector, or the person who sings on a beat, or the person who dances to the song that sings on a beat. Everyone is important to society. And that is why we have sociology. Understand me? And that's just the sociology of life. Leave your opinion in the comment section, guys. Tell me what you think. Do you believe that Spice should actually just give in? And, you know, normally Spice is a woman who fight for what she wants. But, you know, sometimes you don't want to seem as if you're going against the church. You don't want that. But common sense are common sense, guys. And we're not going to do that. We're not going to, you know, and like I said, the gentleman let me thought that Spice wanted to perform these songs. Good thing to listen to two sides to a story. Never stick to one, or else you're gonna be dumb, or you're gonna be just a hateful person who don't care for the truth and just want the narrative to be this. Because you have people like that, you know. You have people like that who don't like you. So when something bad comes out about you, they don't care for the truth. They only care that you are being dragged down the hill so they can say yes. But if they had take the chance to listen to the truth and the both sides, they will be like, oh, Spice really want to contribute to these kids. And you never know. Leave your opinion in the comment section, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and make sure you subscribe.